Last week, I showed how to install a Class 3 hitch on my 80 Series Land Cruiser. Today, I'll show the easy way to add trailer wiring using a Hopkins Wire Kit. It's all plug and play, no cutting or splicing any wires. So this left tail light is going to plug into this side of the harness. And here's the converter, and this plugs into the right tail light. Then this plugs into this, and this is the 4-pin for the trailer. First, I remove these trim pieces. Over on the left side, this is the plug for the tail light. Just unplug that guy, and make sure you go behind the panel with the harness. And these guys will plug into the factory plugs. The kit came with terminal grease, so I'll put a little bit of this on all the connections. Good. Now, this wire is going to run across under the carpet. Now on to the right side. If you're in North America, your Land Cruiser looks a little bit different back here. This VX Limited was imported from Japan, and it has the optional rear air conditioning. The air blows up this clear tube and out of these vents to cool the second and third rows. One of the many cool options the US never got. So you should have a little more room to work back here than I do. So I'm not moving this because there's AC lines and Freon involved. The factory sub, which doesn't even work anymore, will be a lot easier to remove. There we go. I'd like to replace this with an aftermarket amp and 8-inch sub eventually. The third row seat had to go. I need a little more room to pull back this panel. Alright, looking down back here, I can see the tail light harness. Unplug this guy and plug in the Hopkins harness. Now when it comes to running the 4-pin wire through the chassis, if you go all the way down here to the bottom, there's a rubber plug. And that rubber plug comes out right there. So with the razor blade, I'm just going to cut a slit in the rubber part of the plug. That cut right there is enough to allow the 4-pin harness to go through. I'm feeding it inside the body from underneath. It's pretty cramped in there, so I'd rather work out here. Then pull it up inside and connect it to the plug on the converter. Before I zip tie and tuck all the wires, it's a good idea to make sure everything works. This cover was included. It just slips on over the 4-pin plug. That way, when I'm not using it, it stays nice and protected. Like that. I push the rubber plug back into the body, and you can see how the 4-pin wire harness sits in there nice and snug. I'm securing the 4-pin harness with a couple of zip ties here. One on the frame there. I could tuck the plug up in here if I'm not going to be using it very often. Back inside, zip tie the converter so it's not flopping around. I'll just leave that broken sub out. Put the interior back together. And done. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Consider subscribing for more 80 Series content. And as always, thanks for watching.